Hey, everybody. It is your human sunflower, and we are back in our virtual garden for another 30-minute yoga flow. Today's focus on our video is going to be back stretches. So we're going to go through some poses I've gone through before, some new poses, but all aimed at stretching that back, releasing stress, tension, and just all kind of stuff, right? That's built up in those back muscles, right? So to get started, as always, make sure that you have what you need: water, blocks, yoga mat, whatever you require. We went a little old school today with my yoga mat. So it's not the custom one that we had last class, but still sunflower vibes, right? And then, as always, we're going to set our intention. So, hope you're ready. Let's get started. We're going to sit in our most comfortable position. Make sure the backs are straight, palms are open. We're going to get into mind what it is that we are seeking to gain from our class today. And I apologize for my voice. It's on its way back to us. But yes, getting in mind what we are wanting to gain from our time together today. And then with the eyes closed, we're going to take 4 deep breaths just to set those intentions. So breathing in through the nose and exhaling out through your mouth. When you have reached your fourth and final exhale, you may signify by releasing the hands, open the eyes if you would like. And today we're going to start a little different, right? Just some gentle neck tugs and pulls to stretch those necks out, alert and awaken the body, let them know we're about to stretch before we dive right in. So again, backs are still nice and straight. We're going to start with the right hand, just because it's my favorite. Right hand's going to reach over the tops of our head, reaching for the left side of the face. We're going to drop that left shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, gently tug and pull that neck over to the right. Should feel a nice little stretch here. Left side of that neck. And we're holding for 2 more deep breaths. Last exhale. Release that right hand. Release that head right. Side to side a little bit, shaking it out. And then we're going for the same thing, opposite side. So this time left reaches over the top of our head for the right side of the face. Again, we're dropping that right shoulder. We're going to inhale. Exhale, gently tug, pull that back over to the left. And you're holding for a total of 3 deep breaths right here. And last exhale, you may release, bringing that head back towards the center again. Yes and no, side to side, shaking that head out a bit if you need. And we're going to jump right into our first back stretch for today, right? So just some seated twists per usual. We've done this before. Backs are straight, sitting crisscross applesauce. Right hand is going to go on top of that left knee. Left hand goes back there towards the middle of the back, flat on that mat. We're going to inhale, exhale, pivot, turn towards that left hand as much as you can. We're attempting to look over that left shoulder if we're able. And we're holding for 2 more deep breaths right here. Beautiful. Last exhale. Returning back towards that center, wiggling that back out as you need. And same thing, opposite side. The left hand on top of that right knee. Right hand back there towards the middle of the back, flat on that ground or that mat. We're inhaling, exhaling to pivot and turn towards that right hand. You're going to hold for 3 deep breaths. And if you like a challenge, on each exhale that you take, you can try to pivot just a little deeper, right? Towards that right hand. So holding. The last exhale. Beautiful. Turn back towards that center. Wiggle that back out one more time if you need, right? And we're going to go straight into our threading of the needle today, right? So skipping that child's pose, but right into that threading of the needle, just because I think it's a small little break right between our back stretches, but also does help us stretch out our shoulders as well. So first things first, tabletop position, right? All four. Always, always checking first that all of our joints are nice and stacked here. So shoulders directly above those wrists, hips directly above those knees, adjusting where necessary. Now, going right into that first threading of the needle, we're going to start on the right side. Why? Because it's my favorite. You know it. All right, so right hand first, reaching on the inside of the body, across the chest for the left. You're going to drop down on that right shoulder. Head is falling down onto the mat or as low as we can go, facing that right direction. Left hand is folded behind the back, or it can be reaching for the top right corner, right? Wherever you are is perfect, but we're holding for 3 deep breaths right here. Last exhale, return back towards that center. Left hand, we're placing it down on the mat, pushing up and off of that left hand to sit ourselves up, swinging that right hand, right arm back into place. And then same thing, opposite side, you know it. So left hand inside the body, across the chest for the right, dropping down on that left shoulder. Right hand folded behind the back or reaching right for that top left corner. And we're holding for 3 deep breaths right here. Make sure those toes back there are still nice and flat. Last exhale. Go ahead and return back towards that center. And now we're going to go right into some cat cows, right? So back to those back stretches. Again, first things first, joints are stacked, fingers are spread wide, toes are nice and flat. Going for that cow pose first. We're going to inhale, dip that back in, dip that head back, nice and extreme. And exhale, complete opposite, just like those black cats. Scrunch that back up, drop that head low. And again, inhale for that cow. Exhale for that cat. Again, inhale. Exhale. Last time, cow pose. And cat pose. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and neutralize that spine. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. From here, we're going to go into a pose I don't think that we've done before together. Maybe we have, but we're going to do it again. From here, first things first, you're going to make sure that the knees or hips width distance apart. Make sure your toes back there are nice and flat. We're going to go for a big, deep breath in. And then as you exhale one hand at a time, we're reaching for the heels of the feet. We're bending that back along the way, dropping that head, allowing it to hang low. And we are holding for 3 deep breaths. Now, this is one of our challenge poses for today. So if you are unable to do this, that's okay. If you've got one hand, right? One hand. If you've got no hand, that's okay. I just want you to drop that head, attempt this stretch, and hold for one more deep breath. Beautiful. Last exhale. Tuck your chin into your chest. We're going to come up and release. And then we're going to go for our next challenge pose for today. Now, remember, if this is your first time here in our virtual garden, our challenge poses are not things that we expect for you to be able to learn and do right away, okay? But they're things for you to practice, things for you to look forward to, and things for you to take home with you or take away with you, right, when you're not in the garden with us. So, our next challenge pose is called a reclining bound hero. Now, in order to get into this pose, first thing we want to do is make sure there's enough room back there between those legs for you to go ahead and take a seat. Okay. Now, if this is too much pressure on those knees, get you some blocks, right? If you need, point those feet outwardly. All of this helps relieve pressure from those knees. All right. Now, we're going to start off light. We're going to start off easy. And I'm going to scoot up a little bit just so that you can see. So first things first, placing those hands back there, okay? And if this is as far as you are able to go, that's beautiful. You're gonna hold right here. Now, if you feel like you can go a little deeper because you're feeling a little jazzier, you're gonna drop down to those elbows, okay? Now, if you find yourself here on the elbows or here on the hands, I just want you to drop that head back, right? Allowing you to just extend that stretch slightly. And if you're feeling super jazzy, okay, we're going to remove those elbows. We're going to fall back onto our back, stretching those hands high above the head. And we're holding, holding, holding for 3 deep breaths wherever we are in this pose. Beautiful. And that last exhale. If you're on your elbows, you're going to come up onto your hands. That way you can sit yourself up. If you're on the hands, you're just going to come and sit yourself up. And if you come all the way back to the back, much like myself, we're taking those hands, we're reaching for the heels of the feet, coming up onto those elbows, using that for a bit of assistance. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. From here, we're all just going to take a seat. We're going to swing those legs around in front of us. However, we have to get them there. Planting our feet firmly into the mat, making sure that those knees are bent, and we're falling back onto our backs, right? We're continuing with our back stretches. Now, this first one, because I do have one more challenge pose for you today. This first one's going to be light. It's going to be easy. It's our bridge pose. Okay. So just as you are, again, feet planted firmly into that mat. Nice big deep breath in. And then exhale, you're going to lift your hips and your bottom off of the mat as high as you can. We're going to hold for 3 deep breaths right here. And if you are someone that's looking to flatten that belly, you can squeeze in your gut during this pose. Or if you're someone looking to glow those glutes, then you can squeeze in your butt during this pose as well. So continuing to hold for me. 2 more deep breaths. And last exhale, drop, 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 release. Absolutely gorgeous. Going for our last challenge pose for today. It is that bridge pose, or you might have called it the back then when you were younger, right? But we call it a wheel. I said a bridge. Why y'all didn't say nothing? We call it a wheel here in yoga. So first things first, you can do this. Okay? You can do this. Wherever you get in this pose, it's absolutely gorgeous. It is exactly where you need to be. We thank your body for getting there, and we are proud of you. Okay? Remember, this is a non-judgment zone in the garden. That means no self-judgment either. All right. Take those hands, flip them, plant them right above the ears, right? Firmly into the mat. Fingers spread wide. You're going to make sure your feet are planted firmly into the mat. Nice big deep breath in. And exhale, you're going to push up with all of your might. Beautiful. If you're able to get up there, can you get on your tippy toes, extending that stretch? And when you are ready, tucking your chin into your chest. You're going to come down very, very slowly to release. That was a great job. Go ahead and wiggle, wring those wrists out a little bit if you need. And from here, we're going to give our backs a nice little massage. So bringing the knees into the chest, wrapping the arms around as much as you can, and then we're going to rock, right, side to side, giving that spine a nice gentle massage. You're going to hold for 4 deep breaths. And while you're massaging that spine, right, I want you to take a moment to love on yourself. Take a moment to love on your body, right? Maybe some gentle rub with the thumb. Just love on yourself for a moment. Give me 2 more deep breaths. Oh, beautiful. When you are ready, right, when you like you massage, that's fine enough. You love yourself adequately enough for this moment. Want to sit still. Release those hands and go into those supine. So keep the lefty bent. Going to drop our right leg down to the mat. Right hand, grab that left knee, pull it across the body over to the right. Left hand goes out to your left. Gaze goes out to your left as well, meaning we're looking to the left. And we're holding. 3 deep breaths. Beautiful. Exhale. Go ahead and return yourself back towards that center. I'm going to bring the right knee in. Extend that left leg out in front of us. Left hand this time is going to grab that right knee, pull it across the body over to the left. Right hand goes out to our right. Gaze goes out to our right as well. And we're holding for 3. Last exhale. Return back towards our center. Left knee into the chest. And we're going to go for one last back stretch here. At least I feel like it's a back stretch. Definitely feels good to my back. Feels good to my husband's back. A few other students that I know as well, right? So this is called the happy baby, aka the dead bug. Both hands reach in between the thighs for the heel of the feet. You're gonna lift your head off the back. Now, you can hold right here. You can wiggle about like a happy baby. You can bring the hand right, pressing those elbows down on the inner parts of the knees, allowing for a bit of a deeper stretch. And you can open up as wide as deep as your body calls for, right? Going for a nice stretch on the inner parts of those sides as well. But wherever we are, we're holding for 3. Last exhale. We're going to bring the heels of the feet to touch. Kind of like we're clapping our feet, right? Like you're clapping your hands. We're going to lay the feet flat down on the mat just as they are. We're going to close our eyes, place one hand on our chest, the other on our belly. We're just going to take 5 deep breaths right here in this reclining bound angle. And your last exhale, eyes still closed. We're going to close our legs, stretch them out directly in front of us, placing our palms to the side, facing upwards, open and ready to receive. We'll take 4 more deep breaths. On your last exhale, very slowly, and in your body's own timing, you're going to bring yourself into your position. We're going to close out our intentions that we set at the beginning of our time together today. So in less time, with back straight, eyes closed, palms open, and intentions in mind, we'll take 4 final deep breaths in. On your 4th exhale, in your own timing, of course, you'll signify by bringing the hands to heart center or to your third eye if you so believe. We'll go for one last deep breath in together, exhaling to bow and say, Namaste and Ashe. Namaste. Mm. Thank you so much for joining me, your human sunflower, in our virtual garden. I hope that you enjoyed our session today. I hope that you enjoyed your back stretches. I hope that you got what you came here for. Don't forget for me to please, please, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be alerted every time I drop a new yoga video for you guys every single week, okay? And if there's anything that you would like to see, poses you want to learn, things you want to concentrate on, bedtime routines, whatever it may be, make sure y'all drop that down in the comment section for me so I can give you what you're asking for. Other than that,